It's Madden NFL 23. Coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdowns.
So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage sometimes.
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
First quarter touchdown run. Remember, this coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones, and he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And that's a more than right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Rodgers now on first down.
Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked, either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. The numbers last week for Tunyon:
4 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
And that touchdown adds to his lead. He is the NFL leader as we roll through November.
Running right, Jones. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before.
72 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's got room. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. In there to drop him for the loss, linebacker Nakobe Dean, an outstanding play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready.
Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly look like they...
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Here's 2nd and 10. An inside give to Jones. Oh, and he's... And now this offense gets ready to take over the football on 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. A throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan with touchdown number 20 on the year. And The Packers ready to get their next drive underway. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Rodgers. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they saw some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And again, it's Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will do. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 135 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Up the middle, Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. A give to Jones.
A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. The carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
23 yards, the final tally. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On first down, Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb, and it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
26. Back one.
Now Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without...
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a
higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Packers, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, their luck may have run.
It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the Packers' field-stretching tight end, always staying busy.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. He hit pay dirt so many times we almost lost track. Every time we turned around, he was in the end zone.
And those weren't all just one-yard plunges either, partner. I mean, he ripped off a few long jaunts as well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. There's a nice move. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll go right back to Tunyon. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he...
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored.
The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. On play action, Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 48 yards. And the Packers take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. They'll try the right side with Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Jones. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can. But this is 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Crosby is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much... The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
From the 31, Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. 20. 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions, they're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Alan Lazard. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And Lazard's got it again. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
Here's Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds here in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Rodgers going to throw. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. And right side, they're going to go option here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
58.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection. In the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. And some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 24 yards to gain there. Another 1st down as well. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though...
And it's a Packers touchdown. Alan Lazard, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York. Breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just...
We are in the fourth and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Hey, 26.
Rodgers now on 1st down. That's complete to Lazard. Touchdown! Alan Lazard, 65 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll check this down, complete to Dillon. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, a one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask him...
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Over.
Now Rodgers. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a fake here, direct snap to the up end. And the gamble pays off. They get the first.
So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job.
I'm not sure that the surprise was that they actually faked it. That's classic territory to go ahead and do it. The surprise to me is that they were successful. I'm not sure the defense was really prepared.
And now they're going to keep the drive alive here. Really big play on the fake punt. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll try and run for him with Jones. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Rodgers looking to throw. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Green Bay, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago,
EA Sports.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, with something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
He finds Randall Cobb with a completion.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Aaron Donald able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you...
And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Packers put the...
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that.
There he goes, left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones,
an 80-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only...
The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. On first down, Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on second down.
Rodgers now to throw.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, they'll try to jet sweep here with Lazard.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers.
CD that's his 2nd touchdown already. How about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half with a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're doing on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board. See 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Yeah, he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
121 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the... That is caught by Cobb, and it's a Packer touchdown. So back to live action. Let's see what this offense can do here on this play. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard.
He's got room at the 30.
There he goes again. Touchdown. Alan Lazard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to add on to their first-half lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps off our good stats. But what I've got is 5.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Packers.
Robert Tunyon.
Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Packers are pouring it on. That was a nice little setup there. Play action for the 1 touchdown. So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. So So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Now swing pass for Dillon. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
From the 38, Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
For a big time.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right in the yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Rodgers. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him the first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Throwing now is Rodgers.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Packers have got it.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. It's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Touchdown! Randall Cobb! A 5-yard touchdown! And the Packers are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we...
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 15. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 58 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Rodgers going to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. He's at the 50. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers throwing here. Fights through it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
They go back to the ground with Jones. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about it. They just want to.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed